Many of us carry an invisible rulebook on the inside, dictating how others should treat us. But something really cool happens when we learn how to relinquish control over this internal manuscript.
Hey, I'm Lara, an artist, educator and entrepreneur who's danced through life in Australia, London and California. Now I'm an Aussie in Atlanta, Georgia, USA. Juggling roles as an artist, ex-dancer, current actor, author, professional educator and qualified life coach, I'm also a wife and mother of two. Join me on this podcast crafted for creative souls at every level, entrepreneurs, artists, dreamers, and hope-filled humans alike. I'm here to guide you towards a life of love, purpose, adventure, and boundless creativity. As a healthy, wealthy, and wise creative soul, I invite you to hit subscribe for weekly inspiration. Anticipate solo episodes, exclusive interviews with creative luminaries, and insightful discussions with my hottie hubby, Andrew, a specialist performance physical therapist, as we delve into the dynamics of relationships and more. Dive into a 360-degree view of making a creative life you'll love. Welcome to another episode of Healthy, Wealthy, Wise Artist. In this episode, we are going to dive deep into 3 secrets for genuine happiness. I'm your host, Lara, and I'm going to share with you some of my personal journey towards discovering true happiness and the practical hacks that have helped transform my life and can do for you also. For years, I found myself trapped in a cycle of chasing goals and seeking validation through external achievements. As an artist and as an entrepreneur, I was constantly striving for success, believing that it held the key to my happiness. But that was an unconscious thought. And it is for many of us. But the more I chased, the more I felt like something was missing. The bar kept moving. And when things didn't go as planned, I would find myself spiraling into periods of frustration and at times a hopeless depression. There came a time where I was able to confront the root of my unhappiness, that I began to experience this profound shift in my life. I realized that my true happiness isn't found in this hustle for worthiness that I was doing unconsciously. It isn't found in external circumstances or career achievements. It's not found in when A happens, B will make me happier. It comes from within. It's about cultivating a positive, hope-filled, and here's the word, content baseline, regardless of our circumstances. So my friends, how did I break free from the cycle of chasing happiness without even knowing that I was, through the means that I was? I'm going to share with you 3 powerful tips that have helped me find genuine happiness in my life, but also tips that I would suggest to clients through my coaching practice at larabiancapilcher.com. Even though I wouldn't necessarily give you this advice in a session, I would definitely help steer you towards these 3 tips. So off we go. Happiness tip 1. Let go of the manual. Release the grip on your manual. That is the silent rulebook that we all hold, detailing how others should treat us, whether it's friends or family or spouses or bosses. It's the unwritten guidebook, the rulebook we keep tucked away, expecting everyone else to instinctively follow its pages. But here's the truth. It's time to let it go and relinquish control over this invisible manuscript that nobody actually can read except for you. What this is not about abandoning boundaries, quite the opposite. It's about how we communicate them to the world. It's letting go of the assumption in our brain that we don't know we are doing, that every action from others reflects a lack of love or appreciation for us. Instead, embracing curiosity about their intentions and motivations towards us. So I'll get a little vulnerable to give you an example. Take my experience with my husband, for instance. His habitual lateness home for years after work would infuriate me, and it felt like a constant spiral to being the last place on his list of priorities. But when I realized that my manual was the one that was flawed, I shifted my perspective and I stopped allowing resentment to simmer because I was believing I didn't matter as much as other things. Now dinner happens at a set time, and if he's delayed, we proceed, the kids and I, without him, but not out of spite, but out of understanding and respect for our own time. It's about us learning to express our needs clearly to others without the resentment prior to expressing our need. For example, you might have a friend who is always late. It's acknowledging that their habit is annoying inside of yourself while setting a firm boundary. I understand, you might say, that you're often delayed, and that's okay. However, I need to leave at 5 p.m, so if you're not there by then, I'll have to go ahead without you. So instead of believing they don't care about me, you realize I can't control them. This is on them. This is their time management. It has very little to do with me, and I'm going to move forward with my life. I don't need them to change in order to be happy. Do you see where I'm going? It's about this recalibration, such a great word, of our expectations, a reclamation of agency over our experiences, and this liberation, 3 lovely words, from the constraints of the manual that no one else can read except for you. And sometimes you don't even read it. It's just in your head and you don't know that you're actually operating from it. And here's the clincher. You can't change others, but you can change you. So often, without knowing it, we have this mental narrative that I need A or B to change before I feel happy. I need to book that acting job. I need to get into a show. I need to get my solo. I need my book signed. If that doesn't happen, I can't be happy. I need something to change. But what if you could be happy now by releasing your manual of others and caring for you by choosing happiness now? So how do you do that, I hear you ask? Lara, that's tricky. Yep, it is, and it's taken me some time. But number 1, get awareness of your thoughts, because not everything you think is true. Not everything you think is helpful. A lot in your mind is neurological junk. It's in there daily. It's habits of thought that's not helpful to you, that's not serving you. And it's absolutely normal for all humans to have these habits of thought that are not helpful, that we're not aware of. Getting out of being trapped in your head. Our thoughts have the power to either block or unlock our happiness. Instead of constantly waiting for certain conditions to be met before allowing ourselves to be happy, we need to ask ourselves, what if we were happy now? What would it look like? By shifting our mindset from if and when to now, we can start experiencing happiness in this very present moment. Try it and you'll see. There's something in your head right now that's, if this happens, then I can be happy. When this happens, I will be more happy. When I get that person that I'd really like to marry, or when I get a pay rise, or when, then I can. But what if you just say, I'm going to be happy on the way to that goal. That goal is fantastic. Keep going for it. Goals are absolutely important in life. Stagnating's not good in areas where we could be moving forward. But know this, you can be happy, you can be content on the way to your dreams. Let's move on to tip number 2. Stop fighting life and focus on what is working. It's so easy to get caught up in this cycle of negativity, constantly focusing on what's wrong instead of what's right, turning inward, being very self-focused. I could lose hope easily by tuning into the last season that it was like for me as an actor. I had the pandemic in Melbourne, followed by moving to America, my visa preventing me from being able to freelance as an actress, followed by a strike, the longest, driest period of my career so far creatively in that area. But I made up my mind that I will allow my creativity and creative well, which is huge in us guys, it's a life force. I made up my mind that it would be poured into other areas because the hustle for worthiness keeps us with this tunnel vision on success now. And the reason we get so impatient is because we want to feel better. But what if you could actually believe that you're already worthy on the way to where you're going? This is your life right now. You're living it, your life right now in this moment. Can you make a switch from anxiety to thankfulness about what you do have in your life on the way to where you're going? When we make that mental switch to shift our focus to what is working and let the good into our minds, we actually invite more positivity into our lives. We attract it. It's around us. We bring it in. We spread it to others. It's actually a beautiful exchange. Just try right now listing off 5 things that you're grateful for. If you're going through a really hard season, it can be the sunshine. It can be that we have fresh water. It might be for you that you can move your body. And if you can't, it might be something else. Whatever it is for you, the more you switch into that gear, it does something for your mental health. And I like to not just say gratitude, I like to say thankfulness, because I know, particularly in the Western world, we have so much more than we often are grateful and thankful for, don't we? Put down your sword and start to flip things. Right, tip number 3. Embrace the stillness and the internal quiet. In the midst of life's storms, which are many, they go up and down, we have mountaintops and valleys, finding moments of calm and reflection is essential for true happiness. By developing our reflective muscles and learning to listen to our inner voice, we can uncover a sense of peace and contentment that just transcends anything that's going on in our lives. That is a beautiful thing to cultivate. A lot of us don't know how, so I'm going to give you some tips. Here's one way, and it's a way that I do, but sometimes I do it with pen and paper, and sometimes I just do it in my head. But by answering some of these questions daily, and I suggest starting with this one. Number 1, what am I believing about myself that is negative right now? I'm going to give you an example of one I used to believe. I can't lose weight. It's hopeless. I've tried everything. Sound familiar? We all have things we're believing without realizing it. But with that question, the second question to ask yourself is that really true? Quite often, the answer to that will surprise you, because quite often what we're believing is not entirely true. Then the third question is, well, ask yourself, how is it making you feel thinking that way? It's making you feel hopeless. It's making you depressed. It's making you frustrated. It's adding to your anxiety. So number 4, and my favorite, ask yourself if you can flip that thought to the opposite. E.g., yes, I can lose weight. I just haven't found the key for me yet, or whatever it is for you, but I refuse to give up, and I will find a way if I really want to. I choose peace and I choose hope in this circumstance. And you flip it. That internal introspection, that quiet, you have to do that. You have to make the effort to do that, because our brains don't naturally want to do this. I'm in the habit of it now. It's like it become a neurological habit. When I feel something negative, I sit and I do this work with myself, but it's not natural to most humans. So in this episode, I've shared with you 3 secrets to unlocking genuine happiness in your life. But remember, happiness is not just something that's yay, yippee, happy birthday to me every day. It's about this internal contentment, this internal peace, no matter what's going on. And it takes a journey to get there. It's about giving yourself a hug in this present moment, finding joy in the simple things in your life, and remembering how much you have to be thankful for. I am all about helping you build a life of love, purpose, adventure, and boundless creativity. I hope you're feeling inspired and ready to set off on an adventure of personal growth and happiness. Consider coaching sessions with me. Together we can delve deeper into these principles and tailor them to your specific needs and circumstances, and challenge yourself to shift your mindset from even when this happens to now, to focus on what's working in your life and to embrace moments of stillness and reflection. Watch out for sneaky lies like, I can't start a new career now in my 50s, I'm too old, or I'm too young, no one will take me seriously, or I can't do this until I do that, I can't go there until I do that. Take a moment just now to acknowledge what's working in your life. Whether you're seeking clarity, support, accountability, coaching can provide you with guidance and tools that you need to unlock your full potential and create a life filled with genuine happiness. Remember, happiness is within your reach, it really is, and by making small changes in your thoughts and actions, you can actually flip and unlock this whole world of joy and the biggest word, contentment. So what are you waiting for? Let's start your journey of happiness with me together. I'd love to help. Jump on and leave me a review on whatever platform you're on. Hit subscribe, and don't forget, friends, I'm with you on the journey. Until next time, bye. Phew, today's masterclass is done. I love reaching back and saying I've done this and helping you learn the easy way. If you want more, head to larabiancapilcher.com for show notes, links, freebies, my blog, coaching and courses, and you can also head to my socials, Lara Bianca Pilcher on Instagram and Facebook. I'm also on Twitter and Pinterest. Thanks again for listening. Please leave a review on Apple Podcasts. That would mean the world to me. And of course, keep on living the healthy, wealthy, wise artist living towards your dream life. Bye, friends. P.S. Shout out to my hottie hubby, Andrew Pilcher, who does all the editing on this podcast.